Good evening, welcome to sun-drenched Nosey Road for round 2 of the Visa World Club Championships. Saints, after a 9-day rest, entertain the Cronulla Sharks in Game 2 in Pool A in the World Club Championship, which obviously has been going Australia's way. Only Wigan, who were in Australia, had managed a win till last night when the Sheffield Eagles beat the Perth Reds at Don Valley. That was a good win, a late try that sealed the victory for them. Saints looking for a better performance than the last game against the Auckland Warriors, in which they lost by 42 points to 14. You're with Micron Video, bringing you all the action from tonight's game. My name's Ron Hoof. Hope you enjoy the game with us. The Saints just coming out tonight with a couple of changes from the last team against the Auckland Warriors. Steve Prescott at full-back, a three-quarter line of Danny Arnold, Alan Hunt, Andy Haig and Anthony Sullivan. Carl Hammond back after a couple of weeks out with pneumonia at standoff. New signing Sean Long from Widnes, ex-Wigan player, in the scrum half berth with Bobby Golding in hospital, either having or he's had the hernia operation. Andy Leatham, Kieran Cunningham and Julian O'Neill in the front row. Apollo Pedalini, Via Matautia, Chris Joint the back three. On the bench, Thegavance, Booth, Busby and Anderson. Forward power galore there. The Cronulla Sharks, David Peachy at full-back. Richard Barnett, Andrew Ettingshausen, Russell Richardson and Matt Rogers, the three-quarters. Mitch Healy and Paul Green, the half-back pairing. Danny Lee, Dean Treaster, Jason Stevens, the front row. Wade Forrester, Nick Graham, Tawuri Nikau, the back three. And on the bench they have Lane, Samet, Strauss and Bell. Tonight's referee is David Campbell from Widnes. And we're ready for the action. The Sharks put it downfield. Sean Longer with the first touch, slips it to Perolini. A lot expected of this new signing, Sean Long, £80,000 we believe from Widnes. Short ball there, good driving run, Julian O'Neill taking the ball up. Danny Lee, one of the tacklers in. Now let's hope Saints get their act together this evening. Chris Joint is the captain. When Saints played Auckland last week, obviously they were the bottom club in the Australian Super League, where the Saints were complacent, but the Australians here, they're far faster off the ball, they play the ball. Saints know what they've got to do now, and they'll have to get straight in this afternoon or this evening and make sure the tackles count. Go in there in numbers and we'll look for a better performance. They keep on about the intensity. Their game, obviously, it's all power and thrust and speed. Big tackle there. Kieran Cunningham it was. And the big Aussie forward didn't like it, but he's going to have to lump it. So we're not pouncing about with a round ball game, are we? We're talking about body contact sport here, but referee Campbell pegging the Saints for offside. Andrew Ettingshausen straight away says, we'll have a go for goal, Mr. Campbell. 1 minute and 25 seconds gone on the clock, and the Sharks getting the first penalty. And the referee just getting a little bit of a cheer as Matt Rogers tees the ball up, looking for the first points of the evening. As we said, Bobby Golding still out, Paul Newlove out, Andy Northey still out, he's picked an injury up. Derek McVie, Joey Hayes, Jason Johnson, who's played the last couple of games and played well in my impartial opinion, not selected for this evening's game for whatever reason, probably because of the signing of Sean Long and the coming back into the side of Carl Hammond. But his one for the future is Jason. Matt Rogers strikes it well, it looks good from here. Yes, the touch judges raised the flag. 2 minutes gone on the watch. Cronulla with the early lead. A Rogers penalty goal after Saints being pegged and penalised for moving up too quickly in an offside position. So Rogers restarts, kicks it deep. Perolini this time, operating in the second row this evening. Western Samoan second row. Danny Arnold there, and cries for offside from the partisan Saints faithful. As Saints move it quickly, Matauti comes in, and that's tackling out of the top drawer, isn't it? Nick Howe, Jason Stevens moving in. Sean Long taken down by Paul Green, his counterpart for this evening's clash. Well, Matauti again, he gets the ball away. Andy Leatham drives up. Good running by the Saints. They've got to spread it quickly. You've got to let the ball do the work against these Aussies. That's a kick right down the throat there of Matt Rogers. You've got to move it quickly. Try and drag the opposition from one side to the other. Make sure the tackling's firm as well. O'Neill and Cunningham. Once again, the Sharks drive it through there. Danny Lee. Dean Treaster at the acting half-back position. The Sharks move it to the right to Uri Nikau. Puts the ball out. Puts it out wide to Russell Richardson. Sullivan moving in quickly. That's good tackling by Sullivan. And the man's in touch, but the touch judge there, he took his time putting the flag up, didn't he? But that's great work by Sullivan. And that's what you've got to do on these men, isn't it? Get round them, bang them down. They're not used to us Poms being as quick as them, but let's make them have it. Long to feed, squad number 3 now. Sean Long. He did well there. He held the ball up at the back. He just let it wait till it came out of the scrum. It hadn't cleared the pack. The Sharks had broken and they got penalised. So it's moving it crossfield. Now they straighten up. Over to that right wing, Perolini. Well, that's a second tackle there by Danny Lee. That was a flop. Long there, doing the run-around movement. Out to Matauti. Matauti on the left flank. Good running. He turns it back inside. A speculative pass. Andy Haig couldn't gather it. And the Sharks come up with the ball. Lee again. Good start by the Saints. 5 minutes gone. They trail 2 points to 0 for that Rogers penalty goal. Andrew Ettingshausen, the captain, taken down by Cunningham and Perolini. The Sharks in possession. Good tackling again. That's it, get into them. Make sure they feel these tackles. Once again, 3 into the tackle. Carl Hammond off with pneumonia for a couple of weeks. He's lost a stone, he said, but he's fit as a butcher's dog. Prescott knocks it forward and it goes touching goal. So Saints will drop out from between the sticks. An awkward ball, the Prescott coming across with the sun in his eyes. Touched his fingertips, went touching goal. So pressure on the Saints there. That's good tactics, that, by the Sharks. Obviously with the sun in the Saints' eyes. Sean Long. 40 metres, drops it out. Matt Rogers, the man in possession. Haig, Sullivan and Hammond in there, try to throw him into touch. Well, it's not Hammond, it's Chris Joynt, I beg your pardon. Once again, the Sharks driving it downfield. Nick Graham, second row forward. Treaster attacked in half, they move it to the left. Nikau, dummy runner used there. And Nikau puts the pass out, Alan Hunt moves in. The Sharks move it downfield within a whisker. Once again, crossfield ploy. Ettingshausen, he sees the gap, he went for it, he lost his footing. Green attacked in half, brings it on the short side, chips it through. Steve Prescott took it well, got back into the field of play. He did well there, did Steve Prescott. Nick Graham came in and clattered him. Now it's with Anthony Sullivan. Strong tackling there, Jason Stevens come to well, they're not onside, surely the Sharks. The referee's got to keep them back 10 metres. Also on the injured list, I was forgetting Chris Sean Long actually just waiting for the ball to come out to say it's got a penalty from the last scrum. So second scrum of the match. Head and feed to the Sharks, Green will feed it. Good work there. Well, the ball reached out. Prescott 1-1. Good work by Steve Prescott. He turns round, drives it forward. Mitch Healy brings him down. That's good tactics there. Obviously, Saints, as I said, with 9 days to get back. Probably the biggest loose ball. Long's tidied it up. Probably the biggest rest the Saints have had for a couple of seasons. 9 days. But Saints move it to the left. Inside ball to Metaltia from Chris Joint. The popular side faithful get behind the charges. They erupt. Hammond, oh, that's a loose ball. Tidied up. Danny Arnold on the far side. Hammond at dummy half. Takes it blindside, then puts a lofted kick up. The last one of the sequence. It's still loose. And Saints going to take it. Joint kicks it through. Puts pressure on David Peachy. Rangy full-back. Gathers it. But Joint and O'Neill come and clatter him. And the Saints look up for it, don't they? They look sharp. 10 minutes gone. 2-0 they trail. A second minute. Rogers penalty goal. Nick Graham. It's good tackling by the Saints. 2 and 3 in the tackle, and that's what they've got to do. They can't be complacent with these Aussies. And Cronulla, supposedly the best of the sides that are over here. And next Sunday, the Saints play Penrith. They're no duffers either. The Sharks with possession. Chip for the corner. Prescott covers up again. Awkward bouncing ball, but Prescott does well. And stays in the field of play once again with 3 Cronulla Sharks attacking him. Saints get back now, but very slow there in Ettinghausen. Not lining up correctly at the play of the ball. And referee Campbell moving in. And as I've said before, let's have a bit of home bias from the officials. Let them lean a bit to the English teams. You get no favours off the Aussie referees when you're over there, so I know they're the impartial arbiter in the middle, but you've got to lean one way. I've been accused of leaning one way myself occasionally. But that's good play onto Alan Hunt, but well clattered. Good tackling by the Sharks. Arnold scampers away. The ball's got to be released. Too much one-man rugby there. Saints have got to throw it out. Long sees the gap. Long streaks through. We know his credentials, this lad, when he played for Wigan in the Norweb Challenge over the Christmas and New Year period. Had 2 excellent games, and he certainly looks the part, doesn't he? Saints put the ball up deep. Will it hang in the field of play? No, just too much. Runs dead. Nice to see Andy Haig, obviously taking his place in the centre, considering that he got clattered the last game against the Auckland Warriors. He got elbowed, then he got kneed, and anything else that was at hand, then he got stood on. Swan it was, he was put on report, and all he got was 1 match ban. Ridiculous. There'd been a Saints player that had done it. Well, you could have been talking about 6 or 8 matches, you can bet. But once again, the Aussies let off the hook. 12 minutes gone on the clock. 2-0, the Sharks lead. To Nico running through, using the referee as a foil. It's the last tackle of this sequence. The Sharks are charging. The Saints scrambling defence is being tested. Heading out. Well, that's a forward pass. Dearie me. The referee's not give that, has he? He must have brought him back for a forward pass. Not only a yard, more like a backyard. Good tactics by the Sharks. You couldn't fault them for that. They kept the ball going. But the pass was forward. Long to feed. Andy Haig. Perolini moves it out to the right. Leatham driving the ball up. Now it's to Long again. He's looking to offload. Chris Joint comes through. But the Cronulla Sharks moving quickly. Saints are matching them. There's no danger about that. They've got it right after last week's match against Auckland. Last one of the sequence. A deep kick. Peachy takes it. Runs it up. Sees Perellini and went down like nobody's business. Attacked in half-back, Richard Barnett. Ettinghausen, is it? No, it's Treaster. The Sharks are running it. Oh, that's good tackling there. And the Sharks are worried. They're coming through. The Saints are meeting them. Lee, the big forward, twisting the tackle, looking to release it. Saints dragging towards the touch line. Rogers attacked in half. The Sharks move it across. The Saints are coming up in one line. Well, he's lost the ball. Nickau slipped it out, and great cover defence by the Saints. Perellini picks it up. Danny Arnold. Saints still have the possession. Cunningham scoops it up. Saints once again making good yardage. Carl Hammond this time. Haig a dummy half. On to Sean Long. Dabs it down. Straight into the arms of Barnett. Now it's with Peachy, the fullback. Alan Hunt goes to meet him. Drags him, but he slips the ball out, and Barnett puts the ball down. Scrum down, head and feed to the Saints. Good feed, Saints moving, they've got to spread it. Good running by the Saints, Andy Haig. Sullivan on his outside. An ideal platform for the Saints to build on now. Can they squeeze in for a try? They put loads of pressure on the Sharks now. Long doing the run-around movement there, puts the ball out to Perellini. Good cover defence as Cronulla come in. Paul Green. Now it's Arnold. Treaster with the tackle. Saints spread it. Hammond. Twists round, unloads it. Sean Long. Out to Alan Hunt. The Cronulla defence. Well, Hunt comes across. Good running by Hunt. Slips it back to Prescott. In and out. Now with O'Neill. Brought down on the 20-metre line. Last one of the sequence. Long puts it to her, to test her for Peachy. Well, he's lost it. Is it another 6? Penalty there, offside, accidental offside by Cronulla, and a chance for the Saints to get points on the board. Will they elect to go for goal? Will they run it? I think they could go for goal, with it being right under the sticks. Sean Long will be doing the kicking this evening. But that's great pressure by the Saints. Great pressure, moving the ball left and right, and then putting it up in the air, putting pressure on Peachy. He came up with the error. An accidental offside, but it had to be penalised by referee Campbell. It was. And a chance for the Saints to get points on the board and level the score. 10 metres out. Slightly to the right of the sticks. Well, to the right of centre, I should say. So Long will open his account for the Saints this evening. His first 2 points with his new club. 18 minutes gone. Sean Long with a penalty goal after Cronulla were penalised for offside, and the Saints are on the scoreboard at 2 points apiece. Peachy, the full-back, driving downfield. Cronulla fielded that on their own try line. Good break, then to Peachy. Once again, the Saints cover defence. Cronulla want to play it quickly. Saints with a man down injured, Sean Long. As Cronulla move it through, it's now with the Mitch Healy, the half-back. Quick play the ball, are they in? I don't think so. The referee's right on the job, he's not happy with it. He's going to the big screen. It was unsighted, was referee Campbell. But that's good play by Cronulla, turning defence into attack. We still can't see though, we're just getting a slight view of on the big screen. But anyway, that's not up to us what we think or whatever, is it? But the referee's got to wait for the video referee's decision. But that's good defence by the Saints if they've held him out. 3 or 4 angles, he's not happy with it, is he? He's still not made his mind up. All the angles the in-goal or the video referee has. But he's looking there. Referee Campbell was unsighted. Good work by Cronulla as they came from their own line. One play, slipped it to the elusive full-back David Peachy. Heard downfield. Was brought down just short, then played it out. Well, the try's given. The video ref happy with it. So right from the kick-off. So Stevens in for the try, courtesy of the video ref. Good work there by the Sharks. They went quite close. I think it was Ettinghausen that went really close. Then Stevens took it from the dummy half position and was adjudged to have touched it down over the whitewash. So Rogers there from right in front. Left-footed kicker, no problem. Between the uprights. So once again, Cronulla take the lead, but Saints there just after levelling. So 2 early-ish subs there after 22 minutes gone. Hammond and Matauti are off, and Pickermans and Anderson on. So Saints there caught cold, especially after just getting the penalty right in front of the sticks. They had to take the ball back to the centre spot to kick off, and Cronulla coming more or less to full length with some sloppy tackling in right on Cronulla's line. Sean McRae will obviously make a note of that and just mention it in the half-time team talk. So Saints again, after just coming back into the game, levelling the scores up, now trail by 6. And the kick there, right into Rogers' arms. Rogers there breaks through 2 feeble tackles, finally wrapped up by Julian O'Neill. They did well in the first 20 minutes, did the Saints, and now they've just dropped off the intensity of the tackle a little. Anderson in there, getting stuck into it. Referee Campbell wants the Saints back onside. The Sharks move it over to the right. Nick Howe gets the ball away. Onto Green. You notice part of the Aussies play, they always seem to release this ball. Green has it back again there. Treaster at dummy half. And the Sharks are charging. Forrester just trying to pick him out before. They'd give me 31 on the team sheet with his number. As Healy there goes in with a whisker of scoring for the Sharks. The Saints defence going to be tested again. Nick Howe, is it? No, it's not. It's Peachy, the full-back. linking up. Ettingshausen. Saints moving in quickly to close him down. The ball chipped through the middle. Kicked dead by Cronulla. Green, I think it was, that kicked the ball dead. Put too much beef on it. And Saints a restart from the centre of the 20. Cunningham onto Perellini. Treaster in at the tackle. Lying all over Perellini, but he gets up and plays it. Anderson, another one of the Saints' young guns, but getting the knees all over in his body for his trouble. Joint, the captain. Good tackling by the Sharks. Up to the halfway line. Long turns it back inside to Danny Arnold. Sean Long again puts a tester. Peachy's underneath it. Put pressure on him. Oh, he's fumbled it. He did fumble it, but he managed to keep hold of it. Ettingshausen, the Cronulla captain at dummy half, moves it on the short side. Once again, strong running. Second row man, Nick Graham. It was Graham that made that break from the kick-off by the Saints that fed Peachy just into Saints territory. The Sharks leading by 8 points to 2. 25 minutes gone on the clock, and that's really gone quick. It's been an exciting game. You've not been able to take your eyes off it. And Saints looking to be the third European side to put a win over Antipodean opposition. Great take by Prescott. Super take by the full-back. Now it's Sullivan. Taken by, oh, he's had a grab at the leg there, Ettingshausen. Come on, Mr. Campbell. Yes, he's got in there. He's got to have a word with him. He's the captain. He's saying, yeah, Andrew, you pulled his leg. And obviously Ettingshausen, he's the captain and he should know better. Sean Long now, scampering through. Long in the clear. Has he got the pace? Oh, it's great work as he came across. But the referee, well, he's not happy with that. He's saying it's a high tackle. Was it Mitch Healy that took him down? He's going to be put on report. Great break by Long. And Ettingshausen in again. Well, the Saints have got him rattled. Great work there. It was Mitch Healy that came up with that high one. Healy's going to be put on report, I think. Is he? No, he's just going to be warned. It's a penalty for the Saints and a blood bin substitution there for the Sharks. And the popular side faithful erupt as the Saints get the penalty. I think 4 penalties to 1, I think I make it. But Sean Long there, didn't he shoot through? As I've said before, in the Norweb Challenge at Christmas, when he was playing for the old Pie Eaters, before he went down the road to Wigan, Sean Long, he looked the part, and these lads, it must be a sickener for the likes of Long and Murdoch, especially with Sean Edwards gone. You think you're going to get a chance, don't you? But no, they go out and buy Smith from Castleford, and obviously that's Graham West knew this lad's potential. He took him down the road to Witness. Saints have come in for him now with a horrific injury catalogue here at Nosey Road, with Bobby Golding out with the hernia operation. He's as well getting it done before we go down under. But Sean Long, already successful with 1. 28 minutes gone. Well, there's a little jiggery pokery there as he goes to strike it. It's waved away, not successful, didn't even go dead. So Cronulla have the ball. The Saints defence is going to be tested again. Maybe a costly miss there by Sean Long. Joint in with Andy Haig. Ettingshausen at the acting half-back position. Puts it in field. Green with a short burst. Treaster at dummy half. It's going to be kicked downfield. Pressure on Prescott again. Is Prescott going to let it run dead? Well, it did go dead. Saints a restart from the centre of the 20. Little bit of professionalism there. Mitch Healy just hanging onto the ball. Now it's Perellini, the Terminator. Alan Hunt, not been in the game so much up to now. 29 minutes gone on the clock. Joint. Prescott now a dummy half. Saints there, pressing up. Certainly giving Cronulla something to think about as Perellini's picked up bodily and drove over to the touchline. Russell Richardson, one of the tacklers in. That's a good kick, that. Oh, it's not. I thought it had just bounced in the field of play. But that's just the turnover. The ball being brought back to where the kick was taken from. Good tackling, Leatham. O'Neill and Perellini. Cunningham is it there as well. In at the tackle on the Cronulla Sharks. They lead by 8 points to 2. The Saints certainly up for it this evening. There's no danger about that. After the Auckland game, they know what to expect. They know the Aussies are fast. The tackling's got to be on the ball. Rogers now steps up. Good driving run there. Lang had just come on as a substitute. Treaster at dummy half. Cronulla move it infield. Well, is that man offside? He's not got the ball down. Ettingshausen. It's the turnover. It was on the 6th tackle. That's what they call the power play. And Pickavance. Now it's with Sullivan. Lang brings him down. A third attempt. Joint juggles with it, slips it to Anderson. Anderson sees a gap and he's away. Hunt's with him. He gives it to Hunt. They're over the ball, over the top to Danny Arnold. Couldn't think of his name then. Getting excited there. The Saints move it down. It's only a matter of time before the Saints score. Good work there. Now it's with Sullivan. Good tackle by Rogers. Haig moves it infield, sees the gap. They've got to support the man with the ball of the Saints. Last one of the sequence. Chipped there, but too late, and the Saints player down. The referee stopped play. Yes, a penalty to the Saints. Is it Forrester going in with the elbow? Well, that's dirty play, that, Mr. Campbell. Let's get it straight. Have a word with him, and well, that's downright dirty play. They go in with the elbow. Saints going for position. 40 metres out they were. Now they're about 30 with Cunningham to restart. Putting pressure on the Sharks. They feel that they've got a chance against Cronulla to break their tight defence. Joint on the opposite diagonal. Good tackling there. Tian Strauss had just come on. Strauss now it's with Long. Good ball onto Alan Hunt. Good tackling there. Super tackling there by Forrester. Perellini, cut out ball. Anderson. Good ball to Pickavance. Unloads it out to the back door. Long, he's got to get shut of it. He turns round, he looks for the gap. He unloads now. Saints keep it going. Andy Leatham. The Sharks have got to get onside as Cunningham moves it over to the right. Saints are loading it there. Oh, Hunt again. Unlucky. Last tackle of the sequence. Cunningham, blindside ploy, chips it through. Too much beef on it. The idea was right by the Saints. They drove it well. They took the penalty, went for position, went for distance. Took the set of 6 and they played out the set of 6, and you can't ask for anything more, can you? As Lang brings it downfield. And once again, Cronulla unload it. They get the ball out. 3 men round him there in that tackle, and he slipped it out to Paul Green. Good play there, there's no danger about that. 34 minutes gone as Forrester drives the ball through, and the Sharks are leading the Saints by 8 points to 2. Very respectable scoreline as far as the Saints are concerned, as the Sharks break, move it downfield. It's Barnett, oh, it's Richardson, I beg your pardon. Richardson, he goes in for the try. Just as I was on about the respectable score, a big hole emerges on the Saints the Saints left flank, and Richardson went through it there. To extend the Cronulla Sharks lead to 12 points to 2. He did well in his last game, did Richardson, against Warrington Wolves. They overwhelmed the Wolves, leading 26-0 at half-time. 40 points to 12 was the full-time score against Warrington, who were not doing the business at all. So it's a chance for Rogers, way out. On the popular side, kick 2. That's just faded. 12 points to 2. The score remains. The Sharks will kick off, as I've said, to the Saints with 4 minutes left in this first half, plus any stoppage time that we may have incurred. And I can imagine Sean McRae will be disappointed, as probably the Saints spectators and myself are, letting a soft try in there by the sticks after the Sharks had come more or less the full length. Well, they did come the full length of the field, and then just after the defence had tightened up, it just eased off on the left, and Richardson streaking through for the try. So 2 soft tries really by Saints standards. Long puts the ball deep downfield. Peachy has to turn round, bounces into his hands 10 metres from his own line. Peachy slips it inside onto Rogers. Rogers again turned round. There's always somebody there, isn't there? When these Aussies break through, they follow the man with the ball. You've got to support the ball carrier. And once again, Richardson down the wing. Good tackling there, good ankle tap. He gets up, he goes again. Surely the tackle was completed. Referee Campbell says no. And pressure by the Saints. Loose ball by Cronulla. Tidied up Nicow, has it now? Nicow's going to go in for a try. Pressure, power play by the Sharks in the last 5 minutes of the first half. Nicow in for the easiest of tries. Great running up that left flank by Richardson. He moved it well there, right up the left flank, had his ankles tapped. Looked as though the ball carrying arm had touched the ground. He got up again and had another go. Referee Campbell said it was all right. Then it was moved across centre field. It was slipped to Nicow, and he just sidestepped and went for the line, touchdown to the right of the sticks. But 18 points to 2 the score is going to be. And just as I was on about 2 silly tries, that makes it 3. So after Saints holding their own for 34 minutes, you can say at 8 points to 2, 2 tries, one of them converted, so 10 points being conceded right at the death of the first half. Sean Long attacked in half. Pedalini again, battering into the Cronulla defence. Lang and Forrester. Paul Anderson. Good clamp tackling there by Lang. Last throw of the dice, Chris Joint, the captain. Cronulla, well, all offside. This is the last tackle of the sequence. All offside in front of the referee. He looked both ways but didn't penalise them. But that's a great kick, isn't it? Superb kick by the Saints. Put the ball downfield and fine touch 10 metres from the Sharks line. 40 minutes gone on my watch anyway. So time just being added on for stoppages. 40 minutes of hard graft for both sides, but it's the Sharks that are in the lead by 18 points to 2. Green clamped there by Chris Joint. Once again the Sharks run it hard. Move it to the left. Treaster, is it the man that's trying to sneak through? Once again, the tackling leaves a lot to be desired. Danny Lee driving it up. Looks as though the Saints had the measure, but once again, exposed down the left. Well, that's a good tackle. Super tackle there by Ian Pickervance. Rogers at dummy half. It's the last one of the sequence. Ettingshausen kicks it over the top. Is that a try? Well, he looks as though he's happy with that. Does Rogers? The referee's not happy. He doesn't know whether Rogers was offside. Yes, he's saying, I don't know whether he was offside or not, and he wants the video referee to have a look at that. So right on the stroke of half-time, if Saints concede another try, well, it's all gone wrong in the last 6 or 7 minutes. Rogers seems happy with it. Ettingshausen kicked it through. They'll obviously be looking for the aerial shot to see whether the man was onside or not. That's why the referee hasn't given the try yet. And it's in the hands of the video referee. Rogers has scored the try. Well, he's touched down, let me put it that way. Yes, the referee's pointed to it though. So Saints just falling apart right at the end. Rogers in for his second. So Saints conceding 3 tries there in the space of 6 minutes. "20 metres out, roughly 15 metres in from the popular side touch line. That looks a good one, yes. Probably the last action of the first half. 4 tries, 4 goals, 24 points. Approaching 4 minutes of stoppage time. As Andy Leatham takes the ball cleanly, drives it up. Well, I didn't think we'd had so many stoppages. As Prescott tries to scamper through, Green takes him. Pickervance from the dummy half. Bounces off 2, bounces off 3, and Pickervance is up the wing. Great run, turns it back inside to Steve Prescott. He twists and turns. Cronulla urged to get back onside. They're all in front of the referee again, dearie me. Perolini looking for support. Saints have got to back the man up with the ball. And the penalty conceded by the Sharks. Saints take it quickly, go for yardage. Now the referee coming in again. Scrum down, head and feet to the Saints. Must have touched Cronulla player in flight. On its way into touch. Now Saints, can they produce something? Well, I thought he'd given her head and feet to Saints, but it came out to Cronulla side, and Peachy scampering away. Inside ball to Ettingshausen. 5 minutes of stoppage time played. Obviously this is for the use of the video referee, I would imagine. Rogers looking for his hat-trick. Sullivan's got to scamper back, he makes sure, puts it into touch. So once again, Cronulla break out there. St Helens feed it should have been. Well, it was given St Helens feed. The scrum came out Cronulla way. Don't usually see one there against the head. And now Cronulla, the Sharks, Green. Speculator out to Hunt, comes in, misses the tackle. No, Arnold misses the tackle, I beg your pardon. Hunt in there now, and Arnold comes back. 6 minutes of stoppage time we've played now. Nicow out there, Sullivan will have to chase him. Peachy loses his footing, he slips the ball out. The cover is not there, and Rogers, well, there didn't look anything wrong with that from my position, but the referee moved in and he's given head and feet to the Saints for whatever reason. That looked all right to me. Obviously we'll take the scrum feed. Long feeds it, Cronulla push. The ball's loose. Nicow, oh dearie me, the Saints have fell apart. Cronulla pushed in the scrum, pushed the Saints off the ball. Nicow went in, picked it up, in for his second try. And the wheels have fell off it. 7 minutes. Now we're stoppage. Surely we've not had that much stoppage time. And this possibly will be the last action of the first half. Still waiting for the hooter. Saints will be glad to get in the dressing room for the Lemons. Five goals, 5 tries, 30 points to the Sharks. Saints with a solitary. Well, there we go. They finally found the hooter. After 8.5 minutes of stoppage time, I make it, in the first half. But the half-time interval, after Cronulla blitzing the Saints in the last 10 minutes or so, as I said, Sean Long, a penalty goal in the 18th minutes. In the 18th minute, level the scores up after Rogers had opened it with a penalty goal in the second minute. Stevens went in for a try halfway through the first half. That was gold. Eight points to 2. Then Richardson, Nicow, Rogers and Nicow again went in. So the half-time score here in the Visa World Club Championship at Nosey Road, Saints 2, Cronulla 30. Both sides troop back onto the pitch. As your cameraman for this evening, Mike, was just saying, the Saints' heads look a bit down. Battering there in the last 10 minutes. Conceding 4 tries. Richardson, 2 to Nicow and Rogers. 8.5 minutes of stoppage time was played. I didn't think we'd have that much, but we're not in charge of the hooter. Saints restart, kick it deep, Nicow takes it. Sean McRae in his half-time team talk, can he have lifted his side? Matautia back on at half-time. And can the Saints show a bit of pride? 30 points to 2, the half-time score. The Sharks break through there. Cunningham clamps him. Sean Long was there again. And the Sharks move it to the left. Nicow. Leatham taking a knock to the head there. I think a clash of heads between Nicow and Leatham. And he's going to need treatment. The ball kicked downfield. Sullivan takes it. Rogers meets him. Rogers and Ettingshausen. Loose ball, Ettingshausen picks it up. Are the Sharks in? No, the Saints have it. Prescott has it. He's penalised the Saints. No, he's not. He's penalised the Sharks. Only a choice of two, and they can still get it wrong. O'Neill taking the ball up. Saints had held their own for 25-30 minutes. And then they were blitzed in the last 10. Anderson showed some good touches. Anderson breaks again. Nobody with him, no support at all. That's from the blood bin via Metalchin. He went off in the 22nd minute. I made it. As Leatham breaks through. Lee with the tackle. Saints move it quickly again. Long puts the high kick up. All the Saints are onside. To test it, the ball's loose. But Peachy was at the back there. He didn't actually go for the kick. He was used as the sweeper. But once again, the Sharks come upfield. Anderson was the second man there, but Perolini completed the first tackle. The Sharks in possession. Lee driving the ball up. Have the Saints got the answer? Can they stem the tide? Well, juggling with the ball, and it's knocked out of his hand by Cunningham. And Cunningham comes in again and completes the tackle. I don't know whether the tackle count's been waved clean. The referee was given a signal with the arm there. He makes sure the Saints are onside. He wants the ball played quickly. Cronulla there just slowing it down. Tian Strauss. And the Sharks again, looking for the chink in the Saints' armour. Lee, the big prop forward. Brought down by O'Neill and Leatham. The Sharks spread it out. Hunt and Long. Peachy, the fullbacks, the last one of the sequence. The testing kick. Taken by Prescott, under pressure. Sullivan. Now with Joint. Saints just don't seem to be moving it. Obviously as quick as the Sharks. Long drop-off ball to Perolini. Great tackling from the Sharks. Saints have got to follow the man with the ball. O'Neill there, he's looking for support. He needs somebody on his shoulder. Every time these Saints break through, there's got to be somebody following them. That's better from the Saints now. They're throwing it out. Anderson, Perolini. Back to Alan Hunt. Good tackling. Jeff Bell. Now the kick comes in. Rogers just losing his footing. Good job he did. Speedy competitor. 2 tries to his credit. Lang moving the ball upfield, and once again the Sharks have the possession. The Western Samoan contingent coming for the dual tackle. Lee now, lucky unloads it there to Treaster. And once again the Sharks, they're playing with the Saints there. It's the half-back Danny Lee. 5.5 minutes of the second half gone. Up to now, no addition to the half-time score of 30 points to 2 to the Sharks. And the referee moving in there, looked like a high tackle on Lang. And the referee's going to speak to somebody. It's Apollo Perolini. Keep the tackles down, he says. He usually does Apollo. So a chance for points for the Sharks. A penalty award for a high tackle on Lang by Perolini. Then they're going to play it, they're going to tap it. Mitch Healy taps it, and the Sharks there with enough faith in their own ability to penetrate the Saints defence. Is it Lang, the man driving forward? It's Peachy at the acting half-back position. And once again the Sharks, Peachy moving it cross-field. Green, the man there, looking to unlock the defence. A ball over the top. Oh, that's easy, isn't it? Should be in. Yes, no problem. 23, Richard Barnett goes in for the try. 6 minutes gone in the second half. They had enough faith in their ability to run it there. They got a penalty within kicking distance. They tapped it, they run it over, a couple of drives and then moved it over to the left-hand side here. And Barnett operating on the left flank, in for the first try of the second half. Rodgers with 5 to his credit. Can he float it in? It doesn't look so bad. Oh yes, that's a good kick. Good kick by Rodgers. So the scoreline, very embarrassing to the Saints. Especially after, we thought after the Auckland game, we'd learnt the lesson. In fact, we did for 30 minutes of the first half. Then were blitzed and haven't recovered, and we won't recover either. Sean Long, the Cronulla outfit in with the tackles, looking very sharp. Cunningham there, who can usually unlock the most tightest of defences. And I'm afraid the English game, we just don't have the answer. Another tough tie against Penrith next Sunday. Can Saints salvage anything then? Will they have any of the big guns back? McVie, Morley, Northey, Newlove, Peachy striding his way through. Haig brings him down, just inside Saints territory now. Martin Lang driving the ball upfield. Lee. Wrestle to the ground. But the sheer intensity of the game there. The Saints are being run ragged. Strauss. 20 metres out from the Saints try line. Once again the Sharks. Drop off ball there. Is that Jeff Bell? Yes, I think it was. Nicow looking to unload, and he will do, given half a chance. Hunt brings him down. Ettingshausen at the acting half-back position. Chip kick there from Paul Green. The ball's loose. Andy Haig looks as though he's knocked on, but he's got away with it. Haig breaks away. Lee brings the tackle off. Lang around the top. Now it's Prescott. Sullivan attacked in half. Long ball to Long. Saints spreading it. Good ball to Alan Hunt. They look to hint forward. Hunt in the clear. Can he outpace the Cronulla defence? He can. Hunt's going under the sticks. And Saints have something to cheer about. 10 minutes gone of the second half. Alan Hunt, Saints leading try scorer. Great run by Hunt. Saints breaking out, moving the ball, spreading it in their own half, deep in their own half. And I think very fortunate, the last pass to Alan Hunt certainly looked suspiciously forward, but the referees let it go. Alan Hunt in for his 18th of the season. And when he was in the clear, well, he'd only one man to beat. He shimmied, he came back inside. He escaped the tackle, he kicked high, he drove again, and he touched down in front of the sticks. Restoring a little bit of pride Long will go in for his second goal, or he'll convert his second goal. Left-footed kick along, converts the Hunt try. Saints 8, Cronulla Sharks 36. Can the Saints come back? It's going to be a mammoth effort. I can't really see it. The old Eagles come back, didn't they? They was trailing 22 points to 2, and they won 26-22. Big hit there, centre field. The ball shaken out of the hands, knocked forward. Saints with head and feet at the scrum. And Saints now with a little bit of excitement after scoring that try. Spring in the step as Long draws the defence in. Nick out there. Slowing the play, the ball down. Anderson, Anderson loses possession. Unforced error when Saints were pressing. Well, there we go. That's how it goes. One of them things. Want to do well, want to unload the ball before you've actually got it in your hands. And all that hard graft forward. Saints now forced to defend. 14 minutes gone of the second half. 8 points to the Saints, 36 to the Sharks. Lee. Joint and Cunningham are in with the tackle. Treaster on to Mitch Healy. Good kick, finds touch, 20 metres, 10 metres, I beg your pardon, from the Saints line. It'll be 20 metres in from the main stand and the corner of the Eddington. Scrum down with head and feed to the Saints. And Saints will have to beware. They've been pushed off the scrum, the last two. Cronulla come up with the try from Nick Howe, the last one. Fed it quickly, Long. On to Anderson. Keep the ball moving, the Saints. Back the man up with the ball. Will it pay dividends? Just as done for Alan Hunt, a great individual effort. Long, looking for the gap. Had a decent game this evening, Alan Hunt. Pirouetting, tackled. Good kick by Long in the end. He was taken out as he got boot to ball. The man committed to the tackle. But head and feed to the Sharks. Simon Boog being introduced. Well, it's Cronulla that have the possession. And before the game, the two ex-Saints and ex-Cronulla players, Tommy Bishop and Cliff Watson, were introduced to the crowd. They were entered into the Saints Hall of Fame at the annual Past Players Dinner last week. So Pickerman's back on, Booth back on. Cronulla puts the high kick up on the last tackle. Prescott comes over, takes it superbly. Did Steve Prescott. Has the ball taken off him by Rogers. So Rogers is penalised. Ettingshausen again coming in there, just having his 2 penneth. A penalty to the Saints. And once again, Saints bring it crossfield. Pickerman straightens up. Anderson at dummy half. Perellini. Saints have the possession. Prescott moving up very well. Lax play the ball, but Alan Hunt scampers up. Can Hunt go again? Just taken down there. Well, second bite of the cherry. The tackle was completed. The leg was lifted. Yes, the referee moves in and duly penalises him. He's bringing Ettingshausen over. He's going to tell him any more of this, Andrew, and I'm afraid one of your boys will be having 10 minutes in the sin bin. Just laying the law down there, just telling him because he lifted the leg plainly. Cunningham taps it. Pickerman strides it forward, breaks out. Lang and Lee bring him to earth. Saints now moving it left. Long, Anderson, drop off ball there to Haig. On the run, Ettingshausen and Nickau wrestling to the ground. Matautier threw his arms onto Long. Perellini for the corner, inside ball to Hunt, didn't he? Take it well, right off his bootlaces. Pickerman, Sleetham, that's it, keep the ball moving. As Long chips it for the corner, Arnold cuts it inside, but right into the hands of Cronulla player number 17, Jeff Bell. Quick play there, Bell again. Barnett, I think that is. Saints offside this time and getting away with it. And why not? Blindside again. Good running, good handling. Strauss, the man there, he unloads the ball. The Sharks move it over to the right. Peachy, drop off ball, Ettingshausen. Veteran campaigner Ettingshausen, you know, he's been around a good while. The captain of the Sharks, the leader. Well, the Saints have got to get in, that's it. Loose ball, the ball's flicked up. Saints have the possession. Sullivan was there to try and take it, he couldn't take it cleanly. Rogers has it now, the speedy wingman going for his hat-trick. Taken down by Long. The Sharks keep it going. Anderson can't tackle Green, and Green goes in for the try. Good work there. Saints lost the... Well, Cronulla lost the possession. The Saints snapped it up. The ball was fed inside to Sullivan, he couldn't take it. And then Ettingshausen went on a run up to the Saints 20, turned it back inside. Green finished it off. That brings the 40 up for the Sharks. Great try by Alan Hunt, a bit of consolation, but 40 points to 8 the score. And Rogers looking to make it 42, he does so. So the Sharks to kick off, and the popular side choir are still chanting, getting behind the side. But Simon Booth. So Hammond back on. Perellini going off. Been off for a couple of weeks with pneumonia, Carl Hammond, but it's bound to have knocked the stuffing out of him. A chest infection there, and taken off in the 22nd minute of the first half. Just put back on now for Perellini as Long puts the kick downfield. Peachy will turn round, gathers it 5 metres from his own line, and he's got to be met, he's got to be clattered. And Booth does the job. Hammond there as well. Saints guilty of not lining up at the play of the ball, but get away with it. Second row man there, Nick Graham. Finally allowed to play the ball. Jason Stevens. Treaster from acting half, I think it is. No, I beg your pardon, it's the half-back, scrum half, Paul Green. There's Treaster now. But the Sharks, they're running away with it, 42 points to 8. They only beat Warrington 40 points to 12, and we're a far better side than Warrington, but not on tonight's showing, obviously. Healy chips it through. Sullivan chases it. He has to take the ball in field. Flicks it up there to Prescott, and Prescott's away. Looked a shady ball there. Prescott called for it. We remember there's something like that happening at Salford, don't we, when Arnold and Prescott combined. But on that occasion, the try was given away to the Salford Reds. Alan Hunt taken down by Bell. Arnold from the acting half. Bell in with the tackle again, and Arnold just taking a knock. Looks as though he's pulled a hamstring. But it's Matautia nearly losing possession. Flicks it out there. Sharks come up with it. Matautia and a Shark there just having a little tete-a-tete. Come here, Vila, the referee says. Let me have a word in your ear. Well, it must be 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. Alan Hunt going in as spokesperson, but it's a penalty to the Sharks. Defined touch, 15. So Busby coming on, that's the last substitution for Steve Prescott, as the Sharks once again within striking distance. Nick Howe. Once again the Sharks throwing the ball about. Good hands. Treaster now, what can he do? He moves it right. The ball turned back. Healy, I think that is. Well taken by Cunningham and Pickavance. Little dig through. Saints have the possession. Andy Leatham is under that pile, I think. Dean Busby just come on for a piece of the action for the last 15 minutes. Simon Booth clattered by Nick Graham. Certainly Cronulla got the measure of the Saints. Lest they try and move it wide. Anderson showed some good touches. Long in there as well, his debut for the Saints. And there's Long, on to Alan Hunt. Outside to Booth. Booth turns it back. That's what the Saints have got to do. They've got to keep the ball moving. Shift it around and try and get past this tight Sharks defence. Hammond. Saints get the ball away right down the throat of Rogers. He jimps back. He goes down that right flank. He's still going, is Rogers, not the biggest of men, but he's got through there, and Sullivan, Anderson come in to complete the tackle. 13 minutes left of the game as Forrester barges his way downfield. Good handling there by the Sharks. Saints have the possession, surely. Haig moved up to the full-back position. Acquits himself well there. But the first knock on, head and feet to the Saints. Samet just coming on now for the Sharks. for his piece of the action. Haig taken by Peachy. Well, the ball's loose. Haig has it back. Well, it didn't go forward. It didn't touch the ground, man. What's up here? Oh, reaped out. Well, we'll put up with that. Bit of ranting and raving from the commentator, but the ball was reaped out, says referee Campbell, even though it didn't go forward, and Haig got the ball back. Matautia got it. Well, he gets up again. He wants to play the ball. Saints get away with that there. He lost it as Matautia. Hammond to Hunt. He keeps it going. Hammond loops round him. He looks for runners. It's with Arnold. Saints keep it going. Good handling there at the end. Good tackling by the Sharks. Pickavance being mauled. Long. Anderson. Anderson with half a dummy. Nick Howe scrags him. Puts him down. Leatham. Great run by Andy Leatham. Cunningham. Long. Out to Hammond. Looking for runners. Inside the 20-metre zone of the Sharks. Saints keep it going. It's with Arnold. Well, it's lovely rugby when the Saints keep it going, isn't it? Great stuff. Good tackling there. Long. Leatham. Deft chip kick through. Is there no end to Leatham's talents? But Rogers breaks away. Long completes the tackle. Exciting runner. Look at that. Peachy on. Oh, that's super. It's not Peachy. I beg your pardon. It's Barnett. But Sullivan brings him down. Great tackling by Sullivan. Super stuff by Barnett. I'm just going to give him the try there. But they're going to finish off, are they? No. Great tackling by Alan Hunt on Nick Graham. Within a sniff of the try line. Not playing the ball correctly, Nick Graham. Saints player hadn't rolled away. So referee Campbell showing a little bit of local bias there, and why not indeed. Saints player down injured. I think it's Alan Hunt. Jeanette Smith's treating him. He doesn't look in a very well state, right by the posts. But 10 minutes of the game remaining. Pickavance driving the ball up. The Sharks in the lead by 42 points to 8. Anderson unloads to Andy Haig. Once again, Cunningham, Anderson run tirelessly since he came on. To Matautia. He plays it quickly. Cunningham scoops it up. And once again, Cunningham on the run that we know and are used to seeing him do. Booth, Hammond, but the tackle is still ferocious there. Pickavance out the back door. Long takes it, loops it round. Scragged by Ettingshausen. And Anderson drills it for touch and finds touch 10 metres from the Sharks line. Scrum down, head and feet to the Sharks. 20 metres in and 20 metres from the Sharks line. 8 minutes on my watch. 42-8 the score in favour of Cronulla. Saints entertain Penrith Panthers in the last match of the 3-match World Club Championship over here in Great Britain. They've got to go over the 13,000-mile trip and have a go in the Aussies and New Zealand backyard. And that'll be a daunting trip, but let's hope Saints have a full-strength side and can put a bit of pride back in the game. As Stevens drives it forward, he certainly looked a little high on Stevens. Referee said it was round the chest. Peachy drills it for the corner. Anderson there, and Anderson takes the loose ball. Sullivan to Andy Haig, running straight. Right on their own line. Arnold again. That's 3 tackles gone. Now it's Cunningham. He'll gain good yardage. Nick Howe can't bring him down. Green finally brings him to earth. 20-metre burst by Cunningham there. Long out to Booth. Well, a lot of mauling there at the play the ball by Nick Graham. Out with Hammond. Graham in for the tackle again. Last one of the sequence. Long puts the ball downfield. Well, it's touched a Cronulla player. It's all on. It's back to Peachy. Saints will have to make sure they don't take the dummy. Barnett there. He was off again on the left wing. And once again the Sharks take it upfield, right to the halfway line. Stevens the man, the prop forward in possession. Treaster at dummy half. Now it's with Graham. 6 minutes remaining. And the Aussies certainly teaching us a lesson. As Bell puts it back to Nick Howe. Nick Howe again. Ex-Castleford. Slips the ball out to go. That's good handling, that. Oh, that's great stuff. Ettingshausen over the top. Anybody, anywhere. And who comes on it? Only the Aussie there. Rogers, oh, steaming onto the ball. He's number 22, Forrester. And Forrester in for the try there. Superb handling by the Sharks. Through plenty of pair of hands. That's the 8th Cronulla try. Rogers with 7 goals. Rogers came perilously close there to getting his hat-trick. See how he always has a sit-down, has a blow while he's just teeing the ball up for the conversion. And the Cronulla physio, water carrier or whatever, just giving referee Campbell a well-earned drink. But 46-8 the score. Rogers looking for his 8th, and I can't see any reason why he won't get it from that distance. Superb try finished off there by Forrester. Plenty pair of hands going through there. The goal kicker, well, Sean McRae there in your picture. Obviously, he'll not be pleased. Speculation that Sean McRae is going home after his contract's expired here. Always loads of rumours going round, especially when things are not going right. And to be quite honest, things haven't gone right since Wembley, have they? Horrific catalogue of injury. Bad defeats, especially against the pie eaters. Anybody but them. And then 2 big defeats against the Antipodeans. 48-8 tonight. A class apart, I'm afraid. Pickavance still trying to the end. Nick Howe scrags him to the ground. 3 minutes on my watch as Cunningham scampers away. Feeds it inside to Pickavance. Looked really sharp for the first half hour, did the Saints. Then they were blitzed by a 4-try display from the Sharks late on. They never recovered from that. Long gets the kick away. Right down the throat of Peachy. And Peachy right through the Saints defence there up the wing. Can Hammond bring him down? When he put the ball inside, that's a knock-on. And it's a good job it was too, otherwise he'd been another 4 points and possibly 6. But Peachy there took the ball in acres of space. Went right through 2 Saints intended tacklers. Slipped the ball inside. And the ball was knocked forward. Long to feed. 2 minutes to the final hooter. And Long breaks away from the base of the scrum. Peachy, the man that tackles him. Anderson at dummy half. Matautia with the handoff. Nicow and Graham. Blind side, Chris Joint. Captain for the Saints this evening. Long on the run around, slips it out to Ian Pickavance. Well, the ball favourably coming back. That was never a knock on, but the referee's given a knock on. Bell came up with it. He knocked it back towards his own post. He's given head and feet to the Saints, so Saints very fortunate there. Don't make any difference to the game, will it? 48, 8 points to 8. Loose play there. The story of the night. Matautia slipped it out. Good tackle there from Stevens, but Matautia slipped it out. Long has the possession at present. Graham completed the tackle on him. The Saints are moving it, throwing it out now. They should have been throwing it out earlier. Cunningham. Out to Leatham. Run tirelessly, has he? Andy Leatham. But all Saints have got to show for their evening's work. Up to now, is that Alan Hunt try? It's Busby, on to Sullivan. Puts it back inside. Nickow's knocked it forward. That should be play on. Anderson. Saints keep it going. Well, they stood still, dearie me. Cunningham. Back inside to Pickavance, but Saints are losing ground. Back inside to Booth, I beg your pardon. But Saints are still losing ground. In the last minute of normal time, on my H. Samuel, but it's all in the hands of the timekeepers. Long and Hammond. The ball's loose. Cronulla have it. And it's Samut that's going for the line. Sullivan there. Well, Samut got it down. Now, did he get it down cleanly? From the shot we have, I think the referee's going to go to the video referee. Oh, he's had the nod off the touch judge. Well, he's still going, yes, he's going to the video referee. It looked as though maybe Samut had lost the ball, as if he didn't have full control. So he's put it in the hands of the video ref in the final minute of the game. Great work there by Samut. Fresh man, he's not been on very long. Saints losing the possession. Samut tidying it up, moving up that right-hand flank, the main stand side here at Rosie Road. Referee Campbell just waiting for the indication. Sullivan came back, took the man too late, he rolled over, looked to have bounced it down. Whether it was correct touchdown, we're all waiting. Touch judge, referee Campbell, Anthony Sullivan there looking. Here comes the decision. We hope. So obviously a little bit of added time for this. Everybody looking at the big screen. Well, everybody except us, we can't see it. It's no try. Restart from the 20-metre line. Well, I thought it looked a bit dodgy, but obviously we only have that one shot at the dice, as they say. Or something like that, anyway. Matauti's lost the ball. It was stolen from him, was reaped out. So time added on now for that video replay. 2.5 minutes now of stoppage time. So obviously the stoppage time on the video replay must be a minute or so as Joint down the main stand. Well, there's the full-time hooter. From any more embarrassment, I feel, as the Saints lose out by 40 clear points. Rogers there, the man in your picture, with 2 tries. Nicow also in for 2 tries. Other tries coming from Richardson, Barnett, Green and Forrester. 8 goals from Rogers. So a good haul for him tonight. 24 points. 30 points to 2 at half-time. After being blitzed in the last 10 minutes, handshakes all round, all knocked 7 bells out of each other for 80 minutes, and now all the pleasantries, and we'll go and have a pint after. 30 points to 2 at half-time. Barnett in with a score, converted by Rogers after 6 minutes, then a great try by Hunt. After 10 minutes of the second half, that was goal by Long, 36-8, and then 2 tries in the last 20 minutes from Green and Forrester. Both goal by Rogers. The final score here at Nosey Road in the World Club Championship. Saints 8, Cronulla Sharks 48. You've been with Micron. Join us next Sunday for the final game of the 3-match series, where the Saints entertain the Penrith Panthers. Final score at Nosey Road, Saints 8, Cronulla 48.